Hello, and welcome to MS Journey with Christopher. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about working, business ownership, continuing to make money with a disease, a debilitating disease, especially when you're on Social Security and you can't make money anymore. Survival becomes extremely important. Um, the reason why I want to talk about this is I understand how between insurance, state and federal government, and everything in between, how hard it is to deal with everything. When you have MS, you have cog fog and other, you have depression, anxiety, things like that. So I understand the difficulty. The only reason I bring this up is I just got a call about an hour ago while I was working on this from an ex insurance provider who currently is trying to bill me $9,000 in change for two medications. Now, with somebody on Social Security, you're obviously like, how am I going to pay $10,000 for two medications? It's a laughing, joking matter, especially when people that call you, they don't know you, don't know your situation. You're just a number. You're just a number on a piece of paper. They give you a call. They have no idea. They just have a job to do. Sometimes it's frustrating because I've been frustrated at those people. They're just doing their job. So I understand, why that job exists. It's just really hard to try to explain to people. You start to get mad and you're like, good, garnish my check. Good luck. Good luck garnishing my federal income from Social Security. You don't really know how else to deal with it. It does become difficult. I worked for several years to build my credit score up. It took me years of hard work, all while building my business. And after my business was successful, I just continued. Well, now I don't have money coming in. I can't cover my bills. I have literally, this is a little bit personal information, but some things I haven't paid. I'm now getting called by bill collectors. So I understand the frustration of that. I never thought that would happen to me again, to be honest with you. When I started my business and things were going good, I was looking towards the future and what the future would hold and what I could do. And then my body became my own worst enemy. Now, that's true for a lot of you, whether you have MS or not. There's, Parkinson's, I could go on and on. There's debilitating diseases that just make people disabled. That's all you can. Some of us mental, some of us physical. Some of us, like myself, are physical and mental. I mean, they're a little bit of both. I have drop foot. I can't walk. Like, for instance, I'm trying to save my vehicle right now. Well, everyone's like, oh, why do you need that? I live in a very rural area. So if I have to do a half hour, or excuse me, if I have to do a half mile to a mile walk just to get to the bus stop, one way, I only walk about 100 yards or less in front of my house to try to get exercise because that's all I can do. It would literally take me hours just to get to the bus stop. Um, Going to a doctor. My neurologist is just over 3 hours away. I go up there to get my MRIs and do stuff like just traditional neurologist checkups, blood draws, things like that I can't do here that's not related to my PCP. So that becomes difficult. You feel, I understand, I'm very empathetic, and you feel that you're kind of trapped, and you're almost 100% having to be rely on other people. For me, that's extremely hard. I've always been a pretty self-reliant person, even as a child. As I grew older, I got more and more self-reliant. These were things taught to me by my parents when I was young. I used to be like, why me, why? Well, you grow up after a while, and then you just learn, hey, self-reliance. I didn't live with my parents anymore. I got married. I had kids. I had to provide. I got a job. You know, uh, these things are taken for granted, or sorry, taken for granted sometimes. It just, the simple things in life. And then once they're all taken away, you're kind of like, what do I do now? It becomes very difficult. So I feel tremendous amounts of empathy for anybody out there just going through. If you're going through Social Security disability or anything like that, excuse me, coffee, state assistance, insurance, uh, help, whether it be at the county, state, or federal level, insurance, all of it, it becomes extremely overwhelming. Even Social Security confused me. There's SSI, SSDI. There's different forms of Social Security. Depends on age, disability, how old you are. I mean, it becomes very confusing. There's Medicaid, Medicare. They're all different. I mean, I'm still confused. I have one of them now, and I can't remember which one I have, which one I don't. In another year and a half, the other one should switch in on my federal Social Security, whatever, Medicaid, Medicare. Like I said, I get them confused, and that's my fault. But it just goes back to how hard it is in your head if you have cog fog and you try to keep all this stuff separate. Um, like I said, I am so tremendously lucky because I have a family and a support system. I've had access to, legal help that would normally cost people thousands of dollars, so it's hard for me to listen to myself complain knowing that people are out there that have it way worse. And so a lot of this is more about me trying to talk to other people out there. I'd really like people to leave it in the comments, message me. How do you get by on Social Security? How do you make a little extra money? How do you pay your bills? How are you dealing with the effects of your disability and life? How many out there, for instance, have children and have this recently? It's very difficult, especially for people younger than me. I can't imagine being diagnosed, having drop foot, all this in my 20s, So I really would like to open a conversation and have people kind of, you know, oh, get at me a little bit to explain a little bit of this and try to have an open dialogue. Basically, I have a lot of questions, as do I like to thank some of my viewers. If anybody watches this and you're just now going through these things, you have a million questions just like I did. I was so bad off in the beginning. I was 100% reliant upon my family members to help me. They went to Social Security with me, they went to the neurologist with me, doctor's appointments, um, MRIs, everything. And they still do, and they're always there to answer questions. I still call my parents all the time. It's one of those things where you just never stop relying on mom and dad for questions about life. And so, everybody out there, that's probably the most important thing I can relay is make sure you have a good family, not a good family, a good family support or friend support. You need a good support system. That's what I'm trying to say. You need great all around support helping you. Sometimes I can do a great job on my own up to a point, and then it's lost to me. And sometimes I need help with family and friends telling me, hey, Christopher, that's enough. We understand that, you're starting to get anxious and you need to back off a little bit. Or for them to push me a little bit, like, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel good. And they're like, hey, let's go for a walk, let's go for a drive, things like that. So you definitely need that support system and a lot of help in dealing with bill collectors and insurance and Social Security. Basically, life itself. Life has become difficult, obviously, in the last 2 years, 3 years for me, as it has for a lot of other people. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm just getting at we need to open up a dialogue, and I'd really appreciate it if everybody would like, share, subscribe, open up, explain to me how do you substitute extra cash? How has it affected you? How are you dealing with it? If you have any questions, maybe I can help answer them, or you can answer my questions that I've posted to you on here, asking about, open dialogue. How do you do it yourself? I would like to know, and it's not nothing bad, just curiosity. The more information that we all have, the better we will be off. So I hope everyone has a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.